Whew, it sure is hot in here. Man, if only if I had a fan. Oh, speak of the devil, there's one now. Ah, much better. Ah, yes, that's more like it. Ah.
Super Mario Sunshine, a game where Mario finally gets to take a true vacation, right? Wrong! Now, since everything is all tropical and beach themed, you would probably expect this game to be very easy. But oh, how your mind has been proved wrong. Released on July 19th, 2002, for the Nintendo GameCube, this here was actually the first Mario game that wasn't a launch title for its console. Strange considering how all of its previous consoles had one, but hey, at least we got a launch title for the GameCube that was somewhat related to Mario.
So the game's questions are, is this game really all that hard? And does it really deserve all the controversy it gets? And why are Mario's sleeves somehow shorter? And how the heck is water gonna help Mario take out all the enemies in this game? Well, time to get soaked.
The game starts off with Mario, Princess Peach, and Toadsworth sitting inside a pink airplane and flying to Isle Delfino, which is where all the Piantas live. When they arrive at the dolphin-shaped island, they soon find out that the once pristine island has been polluted and plastered with graffiti. Behind the giant pile of goop, Mario finds a strange water pump thing called Flood. He scans Mario and instantly recognizes him, even though he never actually seen him before. The device was created by none other than Professor Egad himself.
Huh. That name sounds quite familiar, but I can't seem to put my finger on it.
When this happens, Mario is then subsequently arrested by two Pianta police officers who accuse him of vandalizing Isle Delfino with graffiti, even though he just arrived at the place like 5 minutes ago. He is then put on trial, which turns out to be a mere kangaroo court, where the judge immediately finds Mario guilty, despite Princess Peach's objection to the ruling, and orders him to clean up all of the graffiti on the whole entire island, after spending the night in a small jail cell.
Well, that escalated quickly. I definitely wasn't expecting that, especially in a Mario game.
While in the cell, Flood explains to Mario that as a result of the pollution on the island, these sun-shaped objects called shine sprites, the island's source of power, have disappeared, causing the island to be covered in a perpetual shadow of darkness.
Dun dun dun!
The next day, after spending the night in the cell, Mario begins his adventure in order to find a way to clean his name and locate the real criminal, while at the same time also restoring tranquility and the shine sprites back to Isle Delfino. It's later revealed that the real culprit seen spreading the graffiti all over the island is a shadowy figure known as Shadow Mario, who is really just Bowser Jr. in disguise.
Okay, hold up. How the heck do the Piantas not know who the real Mario is? Sure, Shadow Mario is shaped just like the real Mario, but he's completely blue. I can't think of any other reason why they can't tell the difference, other than they must be colorblind, because this is flippin' ridiculous. I guess they got confused.
Shadow Mario wields a magic paintbrush in his hands that he uses in order to create the graffiti that he spread all over Isle Delfino, including portals that lead to other parts of the island. These portals are actually the main levels of the game. There's 7 of them in total: Bianco Hills, Rico Harbor, Gelato Beach, Pina Park, Serena Beach, Noki Bay, and Pianta Village.
So yeah, not as many levels as Mario 64. So does that mean this game is very short? Well, not really. But how so, you might ask? Well, I'll explain why later on.
Each level has 7 main shine sprites in it, each split up into episodes, with 4 secret shines that you usually can't get to normally, making 11 of them in total. So far, this all adds up to 77 shines in the game, but hold your horses, it doesn't stop there. Oh no. There's also 43 more shines in Delfino Plaza, the main hub world of the game. This all adds up to the same total number of stars in Mario 64, 120.
Yeah, I'm not gonna faint this time. I'm perfectly used to it by now.
Now, unlike Mario 64, instead of just collecting any kind of stars you want, in this game, you have to complete episode 7 of every level in order to beat the game. Now, I do kind of wish this game's shine collecting formula was the same as Mario 64, but I guess they gotta have at least some variety here and there. But anyways, the game shares many similar gameplay elements with Mario 64, while at the same time introduces various new gameplay features as well. You control Mario as you try to collect all 120 Shine Sprites in order to bring life back to Isle Delfino, as well as prove your innocence after Shadow Mario steals all of the Shine Sprites and covers the whole entire island in toxic slime. You start off in the hub world of Isle Delfino, called Delfino Plaza, and access various worlds through graffiti portals, in which more and more of them become available as the game progresses. Similar to collecting Power Stars in Mario 64, you collect Shine Sprites by clearing various objectives given to you upon entering each level, with even more objectives being unlocked in each level after clearing an already existing one. There are also various hidden areas and challenges across Isle Delfino, where even more Shine Sprites can be collected. All throughout the game, you can find a series of blue coins in each level, which can be exchanged for even more Shine Sprites in the boathouse in Delfino Plaza, instead of granting you 5 coins like in Mario 64. There's a grand total of 240 blue coins in the whole entire game, and some of them are even featured in Delfino Plaza and Corona Mountain, the final level of the game, where Peach is being held captive by Bowser and his son, Bowser Jr.
Wait just one schmeckend. Okay? Wait just one schmackle. So, if Bowser Jr. is Bowser's son, then who is Bowser Jr.'s mother? Who knows? Maybe it's Peach. But, then again, they're not really the same species, so I highly doubt it. But the world may never know.
So in this game, Mario is joined by Flood, who uses the mighty powers of water in order to clean up goop and help Mario reach brand new places in the game. Now at first, you start off with 2 default nozzles for Flood, the Squirt Nozzle and the Hover Nozzle, which you can easily switch between at any given time. The Squirt Nozzle allows you to spray a stream of water that can clean up sludge, defeat enemies, and activate certain mechanisms. So it's kinda like a hose, only more high-tech and futuristic. The Hover Nozzle lets you hover in the air for a short period of time, allowing you to cross over large gaps that are too big to jump across, while simultaneously spraying things directly below. As the game progresses, you unlock 2 additional nozzles for Flood, the Rocket Nozzle and the Turbo Nozzle, by stealing them from Shadow Mario in Delfino Plaza. Thief! But anyways, the Rocket Nozzle allows you to launch high up into the air and get to certain areas that are normally out of reach. You can even launch yourself up even higher when you're in midair, kind of acting like a super double jump. The Turbo Nozzle allows you to move all around at a very high speed, while also allowing you to run across water and smash through certain barriers in the game, so it's basically a ripoff of Sonic the Hedgehog. Each one of Flood's nozzles uses water from its reserves, which can be refilled along with different sources of water in the game, such as either rivers or fountains. There are also some special levels where Flood is taken away from you by Shadow Mario, forcing you to rely on your natural platforming abilities. Now this is probably my favorite part about the game, and it really is a shame that there aren't any more of these Floodless levels. At certain points in the game, you'll come across an egg which hatches into Yoshi after being brought a certain fruit that he thinks of craving.
Okay, and here's another thing. How the heck does Yoshi already know what food he wants if he's in an egg? Man, I can never understand video game logic.
You can fight on Yoshi as he can attack by disgustingly barfing fruit juice out of his mouth, which can clear out certain obstacles that water isn't able to. Gross! I thought this was a kid's game! Blech! But anyways, Yoshi can also somehow stretch out his tongue in order to eat either enemies or fruit. And depending on which fruit he eats, he somehow changes colors. So now I'm starting to wonder if Yoshi is part dinosaur and part chameleon. But unfortunately, Yoshi will disappear if he either runs out of juice or falls into deep water, so do try to be careful of that. His juice will slowly decrease over time, but if you squirt juice out of his mouth, his juice will decrease much faster. But don't worry, his juice can be replenished if he eats more fruit.
Huh. So it's kind of like real life, how you always need food and water in order to survive. I like the realistic approach that this game showcases. It's pretty nifty if I do say so myself, and I do too.
So at some point in the game, Mario and Flood follow Shadow Mario and Peach towards Peanut Island, the home of Isle Delfino's theme park, called Peanut Park. There, Mario encounters Mecha Bowser, a gigantic Bowser robot that shoots out bullet bills and is being controlled by Shadow Mario. Mario defeats Mecha Bowser by firing water rockets at it while riding on a roller coaster. Huh. Sounds like an action movie or something. But anyways, it's then revealed that Shadow Mario's real identity is Bowser Jr., the son of Bowser. Just like Flood, Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush was also created by Professor Egad as well.
Man, Egad sure does invent quite a lot of things now, doesn't he? He really should be an inventor, not a scientist.
Bowser Jr. then turns the remains of Mecha Bowser into a hot air balloon, and escapes once again with Princess Peach, having been told by Bowser that she is actually his mother, which everyone knows isn't true, I mean, obviously. But anyways, he is last seen heading for Corona Mountain, the final level of the game. Mario enters the volcano, and then after getting through the inner cave, he finally reaches Bowser and his son, who are both sitting in a hot tub, all the way up in the sky.
Ooh, yes, the perfect plan. The villainous hot tub. Excellent.
Mario defeats them by flipping over the hot tub and rescuing Princess Peach, causing all of them to fall from the sky. But luckily, Princess Peach has an umbrella, so she doesn't get hurt, so at least that's good. But anyways, Bowser and his son land on top of a platform in the middle of the ocean, while Mario and Princess Peach land safely on a small island, with Mario landing headfirst into the sand. However, FLUDD becomes severely damaged during the landing from the big fall. The Shine Gate's power is finally restored, and the Toads somehow repair FLUDD shortly afterwards. Then, Mario, Princess Peach, and the rest of the gang resume their vacation, and hooray, everyone's happy. But meanwhile, Bowser admits to his son that Princess Peach isn't actually his mother, but Bowser Jr. responds that he already knows that, and he would like to fight Mario again someday when he's older, making Bowser very proud of him. Aww.
Like father, like son, that's what I always say. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
When the credits are over, if you have collected less than 120 Shine Sprites, a picture shows Roman numeral 2 Piantissimo, a poorly disguised Pianta and Sprinter that Mario sometimes races in some of the levels of the game. In this picture, he finds the brush that Bowser Jr. used in order to vandalize Isle Delfino.
So does this mean that he is now in control of the evil paintbrush? Who knows? He just might be the main villain in Super Mario Sunshine HD 2 for the Nintendo Switch, coming in 2020.
It also says "The End" in the bottom right corner of the picture as well, in case you didn't see it the first time. However, if you have already collected all 120 Shine Sprites and then you beat the game again, a picture of the whole entire cast with the words "Have a relaxing vacation" is displayed instead.
Have a relaxing vacation. What an amazing reward for fully completing the game.
That, and you also get a red sun symbol next to your save file as well. So at least a full cast picture isn't the only thing you get, but still, I kinda wish there was more to it.
And now for the flaws. Let's get to them before I get severely dehydrated. Whew.
The first flaw that I have with the game is, once again, the camera. Now it isn't as bad as Mario 64, believe me, it's a major improvement. But sometimes it gets hung up on certain walls, and it can even go right through them at times. But still, I do kind of wish the camera could still be worked on a bit more. The second flaw with the game is what you get for fully completing it. Yeah, I know, it's not all that much, but hey, at least you get something. Although I still do wish you got even more rewards after all your troubles. Like maybe unlock some more levels, or have each level change seasons over time, or something like that. I don't know. The third flaw is actually something I mentioned earlier, and that's not being able to switch in between all 4 of FLUDD's nozzles at once. But I already talked about that, so moving on. The fourth and final flaw is the game's difficulty. Yeah, it's not all cupcakes and rainbows. It can be pretty frustrating at times, especially if you're going for 100% completion. Like seriously, some of these levels are just flippin' impossible. A few examples include that tall and grassy area, that pachinko machine, and worst of all, that dang lily pad level. Everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about, and in order to even get to that level, you have to ride on top of the world's slowest boat, and you need Yoshi in order to spray off all that yellow goop from the pipe on the island, since he can't swim in the water, or else he'll disintegrate. Why couldn't the Piantas just add a motor on the back of the boat or something in order to make it go faster? It takes flippin' forever to get to that island. Ugh.
Wait, what? Wait, what's the skeleton doing here? Give me back my hat and football sweatbands. Come on, come on. If I could just get these sweatbands off, that would be fantastic. It's kind of stuck. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's one. And there's two. Okay. Now, just get that out of here.
Super Mario Sunshine is a game that I would absolutely not recommend you go for 100% completion. There's no essential reward for doing so, other than a picture and a red sun symbol next to your save file. Unless you're a hardcore gamer and you really enjoy breaking your controller in half and throwing it against the wall, then if you want to give 100% completion a try, then, well, go for it. I'm not stopping you. Now don't go thinking that this here is a bad game, all because of all these things I mentioned about it. All because if you're only playing the game in order to just beat it, then Super Mario Sunshine is a great time. And in some ways, I find it even better than Mario 64. But not in most ways. So with that being said, I'm giving Super Mario Sunshine 92 out of 100 Mario hats. So close to Mario 64, I know, but maybe if this game was a little bit more forgiving, then I probably would have gave this game the same score, if not, maybe higher. But then again, who really knows at this point in time? Oh, and also, this game has voice acting, in case you didn't know that. Just saying that as a precaution, that's all. Long live Mario and his trusty flood pack.
Okay guys, so next time we meet, we'll be taking a look at Wario World for the Nintendo GameCube. Yep, that's right. Being Wario's first and only 3D game so far, I'd say, move over Mario, it's Wario's time to shine now. So, stay tuned for that. Oh, and remember, gaming is not a crime. See you guys then.
This island is shaped just like a dolphin. Gee, how creative Pangea must have been. Why can't I pick up durians in this game? Ugh. Gesundheit.